Well, we've been showing you how retail theft is on the rise across America, and now nearly all grocers in New York City say they have been victims of shoplifting this year alone.
And 60% of those stores say they've been burglarized every single day of the week this year. This combined with a sharp rise in resignations at the New York Police Department and also budget cuts that we're told are certain to happen by the mayor have a lot of companies and shop owners worried. Dre Clark is joining us now from New York City. I think a lot of people would be surprised that it's almost every single day.
Well, it's also more than 3,000 grocery stores all across the 5 boroughs. So certainly if you're interested in doing shoplifting, unfortunately, you certainly have a lot of places to choose from. Meanwhile, here in New York City, it's reported that retailers lost more than close to $4.5 billion last year due to shoplifting. That's according to Capital One Shoppers Research. Also, the National Supermarkets Association telling the New York Post recently that in a survey it conducted in September, that 93% of grocery stores surveyed reported they have been hit by shoplifting routinely, in some cases every day of the week. Now, in recent months, we've been telling you how stores all across the country have been keeping items like toothpaste and soaps and detergents behind closed block glass doors, because these are among the items that shoplifters seem to steal the most. And it's happening in stores all across the country. Certainly an inconvenience for customers, but a desperate security measure for retailers. Meanwhile, the mayor of New York City recently announcing plans to freeze the hiring of new police officers through 2025. There is now a real concern among business owners that shoplifting will skyrocket and become 10 times worse. The police department is already trying to replace some 3,000 officers who have either retired or resigned in the last 3 years or so. But the really alarming number this year is a departure of close to 2,500 police officers so far this year, leaving the job, and many more are expected to do the same before the year is out. The mass exodus means more officers potentially working longer hours on a regular basis to make up for the gap in manpower. Now, many business owners say the problem here in New York State is that any retail theft under $1,000 is considered a misdemeanor, and there is no bail required. So shop owners say in many cases, those individuals who are arrested for shoplifting will be released from jail and then come right back to the same store and steal more items, because they know ultimately they will not be held behind bars for more than a few hours or so. They say that's the real problem, and if they want to cut down on the number of shoplifting happening here in New York City, they have to do something about bail reform. Markie.
93%, an unbelievably just staggering number this morning. Dre Clark, thanks.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.